Have you ever hired someone who seemed perfect in the interview but then struggled once they started in the job? Or maybe you've passed on a candidate who turned out to be a superstar somewhere else. If so, you're not alone. Many hiring managers rely heavily on traditional interviews, but are they really the best way to select top talent? Hi, I'm Stephen from Talent Select, and in this video I want to explore the key differences between psychometric instruments and traditional interviews to help you to determine which method is more effective in selecting the right candidate for your job. Interviews have long been the standard for hiring, but they come with a couple of significant limitations. The first is unconscious bias. No matter how experienced an interviewer is, biases can creep into the process. From affinity bias, where you're preferring candidates who are similar to you, to confirmation bias, where you're interpreting responses to confirm what you already believe, these biases can lead to poor hiring decisions. Next is limited insight. An interview typically lasts 30 to 60 minutes, and candidates often present the best version of themselves rather than their true working style. It's hard to assess long-term job performance based on a few carefully prepared answers. Then we have inconsistent evaluations. Different interviewers may have different interpretations of responses, making the process subjective. One hiring manager might view a candidate's confidence as a strength, while another might see it as arrogance. Then we have performance versus potential. Interviews tend to focus on past achievement rather than future potential. A great interviewee isn't always a great employee, and someone who interviews poorly might actually excel in the role. Psychometric assessments provide a more structured and objective approach to evaluating candidates. These tests measure cognitive abilities, personality traits, and behavioral tendencies in a way that's difficult to assess in an interview. First of all, it's objective data. Unlike interviews, psychometric assessments remove much of the subjectivity. The results are standardized and comparable across candidates, providing an unbiased view of their strengths and their weaknesses. It also predicts job performance. Many psychometric tests are designed based on research that links certain traits to job success. For example, a high level of conscientiousness is often associated with strong job performance, while low emotional stability might indicate challenges in high-pressure environments. They also have consistency and fairness. Every candidate is assessed under the same conditions, making the process fairer than traditional interviews. This consistency reduces the risk of favoritism or misinterpretation. It also identifies hidden potential. Some candidates might just not shine in an interview, but they could excel in a role based on their skills and their personality fit. Psychometric tests can highlight strengths that wouldn't come across automatically in a conversation. Now, despite their flaws, traditional interviews still serve an important purpose. First of all, when it comes to assessing cultural fit. While psychometric instruments can indicate personality traits, interviews help gauge how a candidate aligns with company values and team dynamics. They also help in understanding motivation. Speaking with a candidate allows you to explore their career goals, their interests, and their reasons for applying. This context can be important in determining their long-term fit. They're also very good for evaluating communication skills. Many roles now require strong interpersonal skills, and interviews provide a chance to assess how candidates articulate their thoughts and interact with others. So rather than choosing between psychometric assessments and traditional interviews, the most effective hiring strategies use both. Use psychometric assessments early in the process because this helps to filter candidates based on cognitive ability, personality, and job fit before investing time in final interviews. Then you need to structure your interviews around the assessment results. Instead of asking generic questions, use insights from the psychometric tests to explore areas of concern or validate strengths. All of this reduces bias with data-driven insights. By combining objective assessment results with interview impressions, hiring managers can make a more informed and fairer decision. Psychometric assessments and traditional interviews both have their place in hiring, but relying solely on interviews can lead to inconsistent and biased decisions. By integrating psychometric assessments into the hiring process, companies can gain deeper insights into candidates' abilities and potential, leading to better hiring outcomes. If you found this video useful and you'd like to see more content aimed at supporting hiring managers, learning and development professionals, and business leaders who are looking to select and develop the right talent, please consider subscribing. If you have any thoughts on using psychometric assessments in hiring, or if you have any suggestions for topics that you'd like to see covered on the channel, please get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Look forward to speaking with you soon.